food. Or perhaps more accurately, food? New Caloric's reputation is one that has been built on a strange foundation. Like any mega corporation in the universe of Marathon, they are cutthroat. They're also known for something a little less expected: philanthropy. New Caloric has been fighting hunger and famine on Earth and beyond for centuries, and such efforts have afforded them at least a little trust. As such, their products have become ubiquitous across human space, with refined, genetically enhanced iterations of old Earth classics being particularly popular. One of which is the iconic New Caloric 187, the drinkable cheeseburger.
All right, it's exactly what the video said it would be. A liquid burger.
From the outset, a colorful but strange addition to any colonist's welcome package. But CEO of New Caloric at the time, Gus Moraine, enthusiastically added it to the stockpiles of New Caloric goods and products available to all colonists aboard the UESC Marathon. He even recorded a personal message for those making their way to Tau Ceti 4.
I'm Gus Moraine of New Caloric, speaking to you from the distant past, I suppose. This message was recorded for the colonists on board the UESC Marathon. If you're hearing, you are a founding member of humanity's first exoplanet colony. Congratulations. Humanity thanks you for your sacrifice. Yes, I said sacrifice. No, media optimization didn't like it. But I insisted. You're far from home, without the familiar routines, products, and environments of Sol. In all likelihood, we will never see you again. Which is why we've sent a favorite from home with you. New Caloric 187, the drinkable cheeseburger. You'll find individual and shareable sizes in your colonist welcome package. Please, consider it a small gift from me to you. One that doesn't come close to expressing all our hopes for your mission. Indulge responsibly. Good luck.
However, upon further investigation, this burger holds dark secrets. Despite its savory taste and colorful outward appearance, these shareable burgers represent a beacon of malicious corporate malfeasance that is matched only perhaps by the final Traxxas and Sekiguchi contract quests. It all starts with the ingredients. New Caloric burgers sent along with Tau Ceti's colonists are noted to contain very few organic or unprocessed ingredients. The main composition of a burger from New Caloric is a liquid grain formation combined with various additives like rebeef, extruded umami, and synthetic dairy. But there are other ingredients that one should also question further. New Caloric's liquid burgers also contain psilocybinol 28. Psilocybin is an alkaloid found in over 200 mushrooms of the more magical variety. It is known to have hallucinogenic and mood-altering side effects. Subjects can experience euphoria, changes in perception, and even a distortion of one's sense of time.
That's kind of raunchy, I'm not gonna lie.
New Caloric's ingredients list also includes something that can't possibly be good: the insidious so-called pro-passive regurgitate. To regurgitate food is the act of bringing up food in one's mouth that has already been swallowed. New Caloric clearly intends for us to feed like a baby bird from its mother's grotesque gullet. No wonder they have a shareable size.
Add a friend, and then we drink it? Oh, dude, that's why it's got 2 straws, chat. You're supposed to drink it with someone else.
But the devious nature of New Caloric's plots doesn't end there. The addendums on the ingredients of these burgers also states that they should crucially not be used as a sole caloric and nutritional source for more than 30 days. Studies have shown that consuming the burgers for an extended period of time can lead to psychological deterioration on account of the burger's lack of textural variety, such as the hubris of believing that one could enjoy something as sublime as a burger through a straw. And more terrible still, the burgers are infested with another additive, Aesthetic Enhancer 178L. This odious substance is of unknown usefulness, given that it enhances the aesthetic of a liquid product consumed straight from a package. However, it has been linked to various symptoms, such as weight loss and a loss of bone mass. It even leads to general keratin deterioration, meaning that one's hair, skin, nails, and teeth will start to degrade over time as one eats, or I suppose drinks, the burger extensively. The burgers sent out with the new colonists to New Cascadia were bad enough, but the true horrors would begin when the colonists employed by New Caloric would start to synthesize their own versions of the drinkable cheeseburger. Where New Caloric's own devious mixing was at least precise, the colonists on New Cascadia took the fiendish art of liquid burgers to as of yet unseen depths of terror.
Yeah. The issue is your mixture's too rich. You essentially pushed a batch of DCBs at premium.
I followed the training prompts.
Yeah, it's just that the training was done for ideal conditions, and this is not that. So right here, you've got crude protein at 18. That's premium, not general consumption, so dial it back.
But it stops being green on the NewCal readout.
We don't care about green. We care about not red. Dial it back until it's red, then up it from there.
Okay. Oh, hazardous.
Yep. Now push it by 0.1 and unfit. I'll get through production, and that's where it stops being our problem.
But it says stop at 1 drop. Really? That's all we need? It's the whole thing. I mean, this thing is filled. I'm gonna yeah, let's get that. Yeah. I'm from Louisiana.
Okay.
We need flavor.
Have you ever seen a...
Wow. That stuff is very strong.
Improvisation around the creation of these new colony-era burgers would start to reach new lows as they would then push to recreate the same flavors of the original mixture, but with alternate, even more substandard product. In particular, they would make use of different organic mixes, including the Organics M mixed organics mixing. This supposedly was a mixed batch of products from the botanical research stations, but critically, it also contained both grey water and post-consumer solids. Grey water is essentially water waste from any household or office. Whilst this constitutes water that does not come from toilets, it can still contain fecal matter, as it can be redirected from showers, wash basins, washing machines, dishwashers, and other places where water is deposited. As a result, grey water can often contain copious unsuitable products, such as microplastics and pathogens of all varieties. Post-consumer solids refers to anything that has used up its life cycle as a consumer product and been discarded, meaning that the burgers are likely filled with everything but for direct fecal matter. Though, to be honest, it isn't a possibility that should be ruled out. Even grey water is known to contain trace amounts of excrement.
I don't know. It said add 1 drop. We added a lot. I probably need to quit drinking it, to be honest with you guys, because it does say right here, do not consume in its concentrated form. And obviously, it's not concentrated anymore, but we did put a lot in it. We put a bunch in it.
This practice of food torture would also result in mental torment for those who were forced to survive upon this blemish on human spirit. As the colony of New Cascadia experienced its own food supply issues, one survivor was forced to consume only drinkable burgers to continue their wretched existence. Their accounts begin to deteriorate over time, and this appears to correlate with how deeply they got into the stash of 240 drinkable cheeseburger crates that they found. At first, their recordings were lucid and believable, but slowly and surely, they descended into madness. Whilst you should take their accounts with a grain of salt, the records show the following disturbing encounters with the burgers and their additive contents. By their 22nd crate of burgers, the colonists swore that they felt something moving inside their burger's packaging. After proceeding to dump its contents on the floor, they saw nothing but liquid. By the 44th crate of burgers, either as a result of hallucination or as a result of something having gone even more wrong, one of the burger packets was swelling up in their face. By the 84th crate of burgers, they had lost multiple teeth. By the 92nd crate of burgers, they noted that they had felt nauseous before seeing something bulging within their stomach. They saw a crab claw-like imprint pushing out against their skin from the inside, and next woke up on the floor, uncertain of whether this experience was a bad dream or if they had fainted. By the 112th crate of burgers, they noted that a cow idol was speaking about deep-sea biomes with them in the voice of their primary school teacher. This cow idol might be the outpost food dispenser, which could serve some form of beef upon request. Apparently, the smell of burnt grease was so strong that they ended up vomiting and decided to clean their mouth with more burgers. By the 187th crate of burgers, the survivor left the storeroom and had holed up in the office instead. Crate 187 seemingly had scratch marks on the inside of it, implying that there was something buried inside with the burgers. Truly, 187 is the number of monsters. We can only guess at the level of unfettered evil that was being displayed here by New Caloric. But above all, there is one thing I would advise you to simply never do. No matter how hungry, or thirsty, or desperate you get, no matter the horrors you face, no matter the demons you fight, no matter how lonely you get, you must never drink the burgers.
I don't have a friend with me here, so I will not be able to share this meal with anyone, but we will be able to drink it ourselves. So you just pull the thing out.
My name is Bife, and from myself and New Caloric, I wish you a very happy April Fool's Day.